kicked by a guy in flip-flops this year, which is difficult at best, I'll be honest. Because that's just like flip-flop, pow, flip-flop, pow! Yeah, sucks. The worst part about that is while I'm just laying in the fetal position, the last thing I hear is flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop. It's difficult. Did anybody see the movie Lucy? You guys know this movie Lucy that came out? Scarlett Johansson was in it, right? The movie about, she uses all 100% of her brain, right? So apparently, according to that movie, the other 90% of our brain is like really violent and obsessed with the Matrix films. Like, anybody concerned about that? Like, really, that's what we're going for? If I was drugged and could use the full capacity of my brain, I think that would just be 90 minutes of me remembering where I put my phone. Like, that's the fucking extent of that film, folks. And me getting places I've only been once without directions. That's it, like 90 minutes. Ha! Family got rabies this summer. That was difficult. Yeah, that sucks too. The internet gave us rabies. I don't know if you knew that could happen. Research the internet. My wife thought we all had rabies because we had bats in the house. Before I get into this story, let me just, whenever I tell this story, there's always someone in the audience that's like, oh, bats are beautiful. Bats are great. They're great for the environment. Fuck bats, okay? Fuck bats, all right? Turned out we had a colony of bats. Anybody know how many are in a colony? Thousands of bats in a colony. Yeah, in my house. And it's a small house, folks. I was surprised I didn't know these bats more intimately. Like I wasn't carpooling with them or anything. I mean, 1,000 bats. It's terrifying. I'm ready for winter. I said goodbye to all my neighbors. I did that already, right? You should do that. Get on that, folks, because you're not going to see them for a really long time. I'm going to miss them. I have a neighbor who, she has this habit of saying, oh, I know what you're going to say, and then fills in what I'm going to say with something positive about herself. So, for example, I was in the backyard, and she pulled up in her car, and she had a kayak on the top of her car, and she parked and was getting it off the top of her car, and I wasn't helping because, Minnesota. And she saw me, and she was like, oh, I know what you're thinking. What is my rich neighbor doing with a kayak? What? What? No, actually, I was thinking, hey, kayak. I mean, what the fuck? I don't even... She was on my porch, she knocked at my front door, and I walked out and was like, hey, she said, I've got some mittens I knit for your kids. And before I could say anything, she said, oh, I know what you're thinking. With all of her friends and her successful career, where does she find time to knit mittens? No, I was thinking, get off my fucking porch. All right, you guys, that's my time. Zach Brown, thanks a lot.